Hello, everyone. My name is Robin, and at this time, I would like to thank you for stopping by my channel. And on today, we're going to be making foam flowers. And the petal that I cut out is like the water lily, and we're going to make them and place them on like a brooch. That's what I have for now. I did place an order for my favorite place, Amazing. However, the delivery, the truck hasn't come yet. So I always try to have like a plan B. But again, I thank everyone for stopping by. Thank you so much, Lady G. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much. So here is an example of the water lily that we will be designing today. And it's all made of foam. So this foam would be waterproof and everything. So I would like to, at this time, share with you how I make these, and then we're going to make like a brooch. Thank you so much, Rosalind Lewis, for stopping by. Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, so we're going to be making the foam water lily, and that's the flower. How does it, let me do a sound check. How does this sound? How does it sound? How does everything sound? Hi, Robin S. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Happy Monday. Hi, Marissa Dandridge. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you. I appreciate everyone stopping in. Happy Monday. It sounds good. Oh, great, 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 great. Awesome. That's always good to hear when you're on a live, that the sound is good. So I appreciate everyone. So two housekeeping things that I need to do. Um, First off, I need a fan because I'm high. So let me turn on the fan. Hoping that I just had to step to the side just a little bit because I will be introducing you to all the supplies. So here, the first supplies will be the it's like a hot plate. So this is the first item that we'll be using to make the foam flowers. And then I have several tools here. And these tools are like heavy weighted balls that will allow you to kind of drive the shape and kind of contour the petals and give them a rounder shape. Because if the foam is flat, we always want to give it some curvature so that we can bring it back to life or bring it to life. So here's where I started. And let me minimize myself and maximize the desk. So I'm going to go into the solo layout and I'm going to remove myself. Okay. So now you can see all the materials that we'll use. So here's where we started. This is the piece of foam. And I'll say it again. This is the hot plate. And that's why I had to turn the fan on. Because we have the hot plate today. So, and then here are the contouring weights. And these will allow you to give this flat structure some shape. Then we have the center of the flower, and these are called stamens. And as you can see, these stamens are in the middle of the flower. Then I have a pokey tool, and the pokey tool, this pokey tool just allows you to poke a hole inside of the foam so that you can add it to the brooch. And I have a couple of styles of, I have a lapel pin and the brooch pin. So I have these two items here that we will adhere the flower to. So these flowers would be great for, hi Danny, hi Danny Crafts USA, welcome in, Papyrus Petal Designs. Thank you so much for stopping by. And then I have a sponge, and the sponge, it has many different jobs here. The sponge will help us from burning our workstation, and it kind of, when you press it, that helps when you drive the ball down. It will help you give the petal some shape as well. So again, and always, I try to, for the sake of time, I cut out the various petals, and I did cut them out in two different colors. I have like the lavender and then the darker purple. So maybe we'll go with the lavender for today, and we're going to use the lavender flower first. So let's turn on the oven. And let me see here. I think it's, yes, it's plugged in. So not the oven, but the hot plate. Yes, and I'm hoping that I didn't miss anyone. Rosalind Lewis, Lady G, Danny Craft USA, Papyrus Petal Design. Am I missing anyone? Miss Marissa Dandridge. Yes, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Don't want to miss anyone. So we're waiting for the hot plate to get a little hot. And the purpose, I think, for these flowers can be for a broad audience. Now that we're getting into the spring, we will have, and here's how, this is how the flower will look after we've finished with it. And I think that these water lilies would be great for the June brides that are coming up, for any of your ministries at church, the special occasions at church. You can wear them, men and women, because we have lapel pins or just the brooch pin. So there are many, many reasons and value that these foam flowers will add to your event. These are great, 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 great for your event. So it looks like the hot plate is in fact hot because the color has changed on the oven. And we're going to do the lavender. So let me see here. So we'll do multiple ones at, I'll let you know my system. We'll do multiple ones. So I'm just going to move this onto the other side, these water lilies. So here is the first water lily. So we'll go ahead and place it, and you see how it's curling up, and you can use the ball and move it. Let me bring it a little closer. Okay, so you can see, can you see how it's curling up? Can you see how it pops up? So I'm going to take in, let me see here, move it in a little more. I can flip it over. And you see how it's curling up, but I want to get it a little hotter. So when it does that, what it's doing is the foam is actually shrinking. So here we have the foam just shrinking just a little bit, and then the edges of the foam is curling up. So we can take this off and excuse me. Excuse me. My apologies. So we can go ahead and kind of make the flower. We'll give it that contouring shape. So I'm going to add it back again because I had to cough. And I didn't have time to mute. So excuse me. Sorry. So we're adding it back to the hot plate. And I'm just moving it around. So now I'll take it and then I'll twist it. And I'm twisting it like I'm wringing out some laundry. So I'm actually giving this water lily some character. So I'm twisting it like, again, like I'm wringing out some socks in the laundry. So I'll go ahead and add the next one. Does anyone hold one moment? Oh, now I want to stop coughing. I had to take a drink. Sorry. I have these on the hot plate again. I apologize. I had a tickle in my throat and I just couldn't get it out. So I'm good now. Does anyone have... Hi, Monica, so far. Welcome in. Does anyone have any questions so far? So can you see the bubble? Can you see how it's bubbling and kind of making its own shape? So then you could just take it off, and again, you would just wring it. Again, like laundry. And then set it to the side. And you'll do the next one. So I think this time what I'll do is put 3 petals onto one brooch. Okay, I'm back. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much, Danny. Yes. So we'll just go ahead and take that off and wring it. And it's you can crunch it any way you like. And what it does is just gives you it gives that unique look. So we'll do 6 of them. So we've done so far 3 of the 6. Does anyone have any questions so far? So here we have another petal to make our water lily. And then, you know, the heat, the foam, it's like it makes it soft enough so that you can make the shape to it. So it makes it more pliable. And then that way you can do whatever you like afterwards. You don't have to do this design, but this water lily is something that I like. And I think it came out so pretty. So I have 4 of the 6. And then we'll go ahead and you see how it goes up and down. That's okay, Monica. You just in time. Yes. So the wrinkling of the flower gives the flower character, because the flower in which I am making is the water lily. And the water lily is very similar to the chrysanthemum flower. So I'm making a particular flower, and I don't want to leave my foam as I see it. I like to simulate an actual flower. And this one that I'm doing is the water lily. So I hope that, yes. Let me see here. So we got 5. And then because once you heat it up, it makes it more pliable, and then you can add whatever character you like to it. There are many different ways, but this is the vision of once you see the chrysanthemum or the water lily, and you can see how those petals, they just have that. All of them are different. They are just so unique. They're beautiful. Yes. Yes. So then this is the last one. Yes. And you can see how it's bubbling up here. And Monica, I was saying before you came in, I'm like calling all ministry leaders that you may want to make these flowers for your next church event. There's a lot of June brides coming up, or weddings. You have all sorts of spring and summer events that are coming up where you want to add a little flower for the men and the women. So we have the lapel pins, as well as I have the lapel pins as well as the brooch pins. So we can go ahead and turn this oven off because it's getting hot in here. Yes. Okay. So I have all 6 of them there. So what I'm going to do is go to the other side of this table, and I'm going to turn on the heat gun, which is dead. But I'm going to turn on the glue gun and remove this hot plate, and I'm going to put this on the floor, right in front of me. So give me 1 second. Does anyone have any questions at this time? On how this is all done? Because at this time, if you have any questions, I would love to hear, or even if there's another flower that you want us to try. Because for the spring, I will definitely be making these foam flowers as well as paper flowers. So I'm moving the hot plate. I'm going to go ahead and put it here on the craft bar just to move it safely out of the way. Okay. So my next thing that I will do, so I'm coming in screen. So the next thing I'm going to do, I found that my battery, it died for some reason. I thought I had. Oh, okay. So the foam that I'm using is the craft foam. It is craft foam. It's right in it's in Michael's, Joann's, and Hobby Lobby in the crafting area. Um and it comes in a pack, or you can get some design, some with some designs on it, and they are like open stock. Yeah. um so how long does it take for the foam to set? I find that it doesn't take long at all. um all it's like the curl, the longer you let it sit, it will set. It doesn't, it's actually ready right after I take it off the heat. The longer you let it sit here curled up, the tighter the curl is. So this time I chose to do 3. And with me choosing, and what I'm doing now is unraveling them. And what I chose to do is to do 3 petals per brooch. So with me doing 3 petals, it would make it a lot thicker. And I could even, the ones that I have here off to the side, I could actually add those in. And so to answer your question, how long does it take for them to set? They're set right after you take it off the heat. I'm just leaving it here, or I left it curled because I was doing 6, and I am adding 3 to each, the brooch or the lapel pin. So I just wanted it to curl up a little more. If you wanted it a little less or more relaxed, you can do it right afterwards. So are the foam flowers pre-cut? No, I cut these foam flowers using my Cricut maker. I actually cut them last week. Yeah. So let me see here. I'm taking them apart because once that heat hits them, they're ready to be shaped. They are ready. So all I'm doing is pulling them open so that I can add layers together. And the last one. So we have the last one here. And then I'm just taking it apart carefully so you won't rip them, because they are, delicate, but rainproof, waterproof. Yes. Hi, Stephanie Calloway. Welcome in. No worries. No worries. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. So we're going to take and move one. And you see how I have them kind of stacked. So let's go move this pillow out of the way. And I'm going to pull over my pokey tool. Here's the pokey tool. And let's do the, this is the lapel pin, and here's for the brooch. And then here's the Stammens that I would put in the center. So once I line up the back of each one of the flowers. So I'm looking here for the middle. And then I'll stack the other one, kind of rotating them where the petals aren't lined up together. They're alternating. So where there's an empty spot, I want to place the next petal in between. And then I'll go with the next layer. And just to make sure, I don't want to match them up. I want to alternate them. And then I'll take my pokey tool. And be careful and take your pokey tool and go all the way through. Can you see that? Yes, so you take your pokey tool and I'm going all the way through. And then I'm going to kind of keep that hole in place. And then I can, at this time, I can push the stamen through all 3 layers. And when I say stamen, that's the centerpiece. So you have this stamen here. And let me know if you can see okay. And this is the stamen that's poking through. And we could push the stamen to the side. Then the next thing we'll do is take this brooch pin and I cut out a little base here. And it doesn't have to be this large. Let me cut it in half. And I use this base just to cover up the sticky portion of the flower and to cover the stamen. And you see, it's going to cover the stamen here. But before I cover it, I will see myself poking all the way through into my fingers. No, Danny, no. Thank you, Stephanie Galloway. So I'm taking the little brooch pin, or the lady's brooch pin, and then I'm sticking that through the base foam just so that my clip can go on. Oh, okay. You're gonna have to watch the replay so I can how you did it from the beginning. I can make those for some of the dresses that I make. Oh, yes, they will be gorgeous for the dresses. Yes. Okay. So then I'm going to turn it back over and I'm going to glue the little square to hide the stamen as well as the flat head of the brooch pin. So I'm going to add a generous amount of glue here. And then cover it up and hold until it sticks. And because it's a generous amount, you will see some oozing of the glue, but be really careful because it is hot. And you can see everything is in place. And I'm getting glue on my finger. But it's not, it wasn't hot, the glue that touched me. I've been burnt many times, so I'm looking out for myself. Yes, Stephanie, I can tell you the supplies needed. You'll need the craft foam, the stamen, and that is whatever you're going to put in the center. And this on today, we're doing lapels and brooches. And then I use the hot glue gun. And if you don't have a hot plate, you can always use your iron, your everyday iron that you iron your clothes with. Yes. Yeah, and then I'll sit this off to the side now that I know that the glue has adhered to the flower. What I'm going to do is put the little pin, snap that on, and let that sit to the side. Look at that. This water lily is cute. Oh, she's cute. Okay, so we had two. And I did make one last night. Was it last night? No, it was last week. So I'm going to add these two. So here we have 3 layers. I started off with 3 layers, but I'm going to add these 2 layers to it to give it 5, just to show you the difference and how it all makes a statement. Yes. So we take the 3 layers. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. So let me see here. So again, you want to match up the bottom, and you can remember it started out like this. So I'm looking for that center. So here's the center. Then I'll take the next one, but I want to alternate the petals. Do not match the petals. It will show in your end product. Center to center. And then we have the last center of these new ones. Then we'll use the pokey tool. If you don't have a pokey tool, what's the next best thing? You can use your weeding tool. The weeding tools that you get, this is from HTV Ron, or you can use your Cricut weeding tool to put a hole through there. And then you would just take the pokey tool, find the center, go all the way through, and then you have your hole. And I'm going to add the ones that I created from yesterday or last week. And then I'm going to stick that stamen through to give us 5 layers. So I have 1, 2, and I'm trying to see it while I'm doing it. Thank you, Lady G. And we have 1 more. And I want to move this one over, the hole over a little bit. And this is the last hole. So we have, oh, this is gorgeous. It's like the curls, the curvature, oh, wow. This is definitely something that I would wear. Again, I ordered another piece of jewelry to show you today, but the amazing truck didn't come in time for my live. So I have to make the brooches and lapel pins, which is fine because I have plenty of foam to make something different next week. And so we have the stamen sticking out the bottom. See how it's sticking through all the layers? And it just has little wires in the stamen. So I'll push that to the side. Add the lapel pin in between. And then I'm going to add the little piece that I cut to cover it all. So I'll be making like a sandwich. Did everyone see that, or you need to see it again? I'll do it again. Stamen, lapel pin, well, this is a brooch pin. Yeah, a brooch pin. And then I'm going to cover it here. So now I'll go ahead, add a generous amount of hot glue. Add the lapel pin, and be careful because it is hot. And then cover it all and hold. Sorry if I came out of, oh, okay. So, and I just want to hold it just for a minute, just to make sure that it has, it won't move. I don't want it to move at all. So I'm removing strings. That's what you see me pulling off. The hot glue gives you those little, they call them spider webs or string. Yes. Yes, the praise dancers. Thank you, Lady G. Thank you, Monica. Yes, these would be awesome. Yes, these would be awesome. Yep. So here you have it. So let me add my, so here you have the one with the 5 layers. And let me move this, all the extra stuff out of the way. So here we have just 2 layers. Then we have 3. And then we have one with 5 layers. I think they are all uniquely beautiful. I really love them. I really, really love them. Yes, Monica, thank you. I'm glad you're feeling inspired. That is what I'm here for, to inspire and help everyone, be able to, yes, learn something new, and your ministry would thank you. And again, like I said, if you have the June brides or a wedding or any special function, they would definitely love, or you would love to make these flowers so that everyone can be coordinated and wear them. So I'm moving this hot glue gun out of my way, and I'm going to add myself back. And let me see here. I'm going to stop the solo layout, and I'm going to add myself. I'm talking it out. I need for you to go step by step and write down those directions and send them out. Okay. Okay. Oh my. Let me see here. And you will definitely see them on the replay, Stephanie Calloway. Thank you. Those are beautiful. Oh my gosh. Please start over. Okay. Yes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to Thank you, Rosalind Lewis. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to my YouTube subscribers on this special occasion, and we're all going to wear lavender. So I will pin you, and how I'll pin you with the lapel pin, and then you know how you go into the neck, left or right. I'm not sure if there's a real preference. And for the men as well. And you would stick it into the garment, and then you would put the little pin at the bottom. And look at that. 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 I think that turned out so beautiful. Wow. Pull it down some. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thanks, ladies. Thanks so much. Yes. And then again, this is the one. I don't know why I'm seeing opposite in this camera, but this is the lapel pin. And if you're a pastor or you're a bishop, even the bridal party, the birthday party, your loved one is turning 80, 60 years old, and to pin everyone that's coming to the event with these foam flowers, they're going to love them. And it's something that won't die. They'll be able to keep it for the years to come and remember how it was handmade, especially for their event. So that is one great thing. And they're for men and women. So let's take off the lapel pin and put the brooch on. And it's a little different. And it has like that little butterfly clip. Can you see that? It has the butterfly clip on it. Hi! Designs by Novart. Welcome in. I'm here making brooches out of foam flowers. So now I'm pinning myself for this special event because I see all of my lovely subscribers here. So my crafty friends supporting me. Not subscribers. You guys are my crafty friends. Yes. And then here is the other one. And this one is just 3 layers. And I think that they are different by the number of layers that we put on them. But as a water lily, I think they turned out great. And this is definitely something that you can do. And if you don't feel like doing them, please reach out to me and I will definitely make them. I will price them out and I can make them for you and then send them to you for your event. So just, we will talk about that. Maybe I'll add these to my Etsy shop. Aw. Aw. We are all of those. Yes. Yes, that's right. That's right. Designs by Novart. All of those. Yes. Thank you guys so much. And then again, this is the one that I, was making last week. And I was like, a chrysanthemum? A water lily? I'm like, look at that. Look at that. It's like the foam. Here's where we started. This is where we started. Craft foam. And here's where we ended. Look at that. And here we have 5 layers. And when you peek inside of here, you can see the stamen inside as well. And they are still soft. If it gets wet, it's not like it's like when I make the paper ones, because I have made them, and you can see them. I believe I have them on my Instagram. They were made of paper, and one of the ministries, what we had, Women's Day or Mother's Day or both. Because there are some red ones on my Instagram page as well as some purple ones. And for both events, they were made out of paper. And the difference is, if they were to get wet, they may, of course, paper and water. But these foam flowers is more forgiving if they get wet. Yes. So did anyone else have any other questions, or if I can, answer any of your questions that you may have, and I will definitely add these to my Etsy shop. I'll add them by tomorrow. If you didn't want to make them yourself. So, yes. Well, I have, I'm looking around my desk only because I want to give you an idea. This is where I got the Stammens, and these are like little picks. And these picks, I found these years ago from Joann's. But once you pull these picks apart, they are the same thing as a stamen. So you can see how I like pulled them off of the stem, and they still have the wire in the inside, and they are stamens. And I just pulled the pick apart. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie Calloway. Yes. So that is all I have right now for, to bring into the spring, or start spring out with my foam flowers. And at this time, I will let everyone have the rest of their evening. Thank you again for joining. Please like, subscribe, and tell a friend, just so that they can start their foam flower journey with Robin's Kreations. Thank you. And if I don't have any more questions, I will see you next week at 5. Good night. Thanks, everyone.